It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? This is the only show that believes China will no longer have access to Americans' TikTok data. I'm your host, Karl. With me, as always, Blind Mike Geary. What's up, Mike?
Very excited they moved the Yankees game to 8 o'clock. I'm a baseball guy now. I'm all in.
You know, there are rumors going around that Steel Toe has already joined the Aryan Brotherhood and that I won't read your super chats. The latter is simply not true. I will read every super chat that comes in, and we do appreciate the support. Also, if you want to take advantage of the super tip system, I wouldn't blame you. Supertip.gg/WATP is a great way to support the show and also participate in it, as you'll see as the show goes on. Now, Mike, we start off this show in a very specific way. We don't do anything that isn't pre-planned. The show is tightly scripted. We know exactly what we're going to say, how we're going to say it. We write down the inflection that we want in each statement that we say.
Yeah. Yeah, for some reason, the script you write always says laugh harder at my jokes than I do at yours, which I think is an odd... It's a lot of words.
I guess I don't need to say harder, right?
It's weird,
It is weird that I write that because I literally give you nothing.
Right.
And then I'm like, but give me something, though.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. It's unfair.
Yeah. It is unfair, but I write the script.
I suppose.
I think, hey, if you want to, take the reins on one of these episodes, maybe you'll get me being a chuckle fuck over here for a while.
Polish off my quill.
The way we start this show is unique. There's no other podcast that you listen to or watch where the show starts with the two co-hosts just shooting the breeze, just having a little chit chat, a little back and forth, something that I like to refer to as banter.
Now, to discuss the events of the day, banter is the way to reflect on events of the day. Karl and Blind Mike, banter! Banter!
All right, so you already brought this up, but I wanted to talk to you about this. I am currently multitasking. I am watching the Cubs game right now. I'm not going to be very professional tonight. I'm wildly distracted because this is the game 3. This is the deciding game, whether the Cubs go on to the next series or not, to play the Phillies. And Mike, you got your Yankees hat on.
That's right.
I believe that in the past you've told me that's kind of ironic.
I am a Yankees fan now. I did not grow up a Yankees fan, but I just hate the Red Sox so much that I like Judge. I like a lot of the guys on the team. So
All right, name one other guy on the team.
Max Fried. I know him now.
All right, good. I like Judge and the rest.
And the Judgettes.
Yeah, right.
It is fate that it worked out this way though, because the Red Sox and Yankees were supposed to play at 6, and I wouldn't have been able to watch the game.
Well,
it is kind of nice how it worked out.
yeah, it's annoying because the Cubs were supposed to play at 3, and I would have gotten done watching them and then started the show. But they moved everything around, so now I'm watching. The Cubs are up 2-0, but man, they left 3 guys in the second inning with 0 outs. It was disappointing, to say the least.
When you say it's ironic that I'm a Yankees fan, that is true. But I've been very into this series, and when they took Max Fried out of Game 1, I was dumbfounded. I don't get it. It didn't make any fucking sense. It legitimately annoyed me. So I am kind of a fan now.
Whoa, should we start a sports talk show, Mike? Holy shit, I'm feeling it right now.
Fantasy football stuff.
I'm feeling this. This is going somewhere.
That's what I wanted to do years ago. I've still got that muscle.
I know. We've talked about that when we discussed doing a show together.
That's right.
But no, I can't stand sports talk anymore. I've definitely grown out of it.
I know.
We were watching the Dan Le Batard show. We reviewed that on Who Are These Podcasts recently. Wow. What a debacle that show is.
It's crazy. Kirk Minahan show, when he was on the radio, used to make fun of Dan Le Batard because he was on, I guess his competition, he was on AM in Boston when the other 2 sports stations were FM.
Okay.
And Lebitard gave them shit once. I forget the exact context. But Kirk looked up Lebitard's ratings, and he was 45th in Boston. There were like Spanish stations. I think there were some stations that like barely come in. Like,
So,
he was losing
okay.
to everybody.
So I remember Lebitard was on ESPN Radio, which is probably the AM station you're talking about.
Yep.
And he also was on the TV shows on ESPN quite a bit. I think his show was actually on ESPN for a while, the video version of it.
He was, or he had a show. I knew
Yeah,
when
he
I
had
was
a
when I was
show.
a kid, he was on PTI all the time, like filling in for them. But yeah, I think he had a show for a while where they used his dad as like a prop. He couldn't speak any English, and they laughed at him.
Oh, God, yeah. His dad was milling about on the podcast when we were watching that. But I guess my question is, so ranked 45th in the market is almost impossible to do for a
tough.
radio show. It's hard to do. I mean, it's one of those things like if you play, is it Keno? If you don't get any of the numbers, you win, because that's hard to do. Like you got to get either a lot of the numbers or none of the numbers. Like,
I didn't know we had 30 stations. Like,
right, that's what I mean. Like, how is there a ratings book that goes to 45? It doesn't even make sense. So my question about that is, when I'm watching the show, all he's talking about is Miami sports. Was he doing that back then?
I don't think so. No,
I wouldn't think so either.
I didn't realize
ESPN.
DraftKings gave him $50 million. There's no way it's a
Fuck
local. There's no way it's a local show.
They
Is it?
gave him 50. All right, Mike, we're starting a sports talk show.
I
I'm
told
telling you, we do bigger numbers than he does. He's not getting a lot of views on these videos. He's got 50 million from DraftKings.
Take Max Fried out in the 6th inning of a shutout. He's doing 99 pitches.
What are you saving him? We got to win today, baby.
Doesn't make any sense.
Doesn't make any sense. All right. It's a best of 3. What do we do? Anyway, so maybe you and I will work on that. And I actually got another suggestion that came in for a show. I probably shouldn't be talking about this. Someone will steal it. But who are these AI? Where we just watch AI videos and try to figure out if it's real or not. Now the problem with that.
Guess the sound.
Yeah, the problem with that is I get fooled all the time. So that wouldn't be a good one for me. I would need a staff or something to fact check that
in
stuff.
a year,
for
that
me.
will be the show.
Well,
like,
right.
Can you believe what Trump said? And people are like, that's not real.
You're like, maybe it was. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. I'm voting for a bot for president anyway. I don't care. The other thing I want to talk to you about, I'm sure you're following Steel Toe and this the sentencing that happened with Aaron Imholt this week.
Yeah.
This guy is fucking crazy. The way he can spin anything.
It
started. Yeah, he actually acted like it was a good thing. I thought I was going to get 45 days. I got 8. Wow.
It's not too shabby. It's
You know
been a
what's-
good news day.
Hopefully people are following this. But so what happened is Aaron was arrested, felony charge, and a gross misdemeanor for revenge porn because he was sharing nudes of Kayla Requeda, Nick's wife, with Gino Bisconte. And so he thought back in June he was going to get a $50 fine for this and was bragging about it leading up to it because they had a plea deal. The judge didn't take the plea deal offer, so he had to go back to court this week. And the sentencing was he got a 15-day sentence in jail.
Now, is that like the same as $50? When you get a speeding ticket, does it say pay the $50 or spend 8 days in jail?
No, it's actually, that's a great question, Mike. Maybe people aren't aware of this. It's actually way, way worse than $50.
It seems like a fun time. Seems like Aaron's going to have a lot of fun. He's like Jeffrey Tambor in Arrested Development.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
High-fiving the guys.
Every guard's going to be his buddy, hooking him up with stuff. Hey, man, you want to use a cell phone today or you use mine?
My favorite, kind of in the same vein, is when Aaron's like, I forget exactly what he was talking about, but he's like, me and the judge had a good laugh about that.
Oh,
Like they stopped off for beers after. Like, yeah, me and the judge were cracking up about this.
he was talking about how there were so he's talking about the haters. This is how he wins, by reading every single comment in every thread of the subreddits and then finding the one person who actually is like, I hope he goes to jail today. He's just like, well, you know, it's funny. People wanted me to go to jail today, but I didn't. The judge was laughing about it. Like, oh, I'm not sending this guy to jail today. Meanwhile, he's going to go to jail this month. So what's the difference?
Yeah.
It's so fucking
It's
silly.
tomorrow, dickhead.
Yeah, right. But yeah, the crazy thing about Aaron is the fact that he can get on the air after the court date where he is talking about how he found Jesus. I mean, he's telling the judge he found Jesus. He's changed his ways. And then he gets right back on his show a couple hours later and spins that into, I'm fucking winning. You guys are all just jealous. I'm the king around here. And I find it
Jealous.
I find it.
I want to go to jail.
Seriously, like he thinks he's better than all of us. It's so bizarre. And I gotta hand it to him. He's a bizarre human being. There's no other person like him that I've ever come across before. It's fascinating.
I'm just soliciting nudes from Lucy Tightbox to send to people so I can go to jail. I'm like, come on, I want to be cool.
Yeah.
Like Karen.
I want to be cool like that guy. That sounds fun. I'll send you a couple when we're done with this show, by the way.
Thank you. I was fishing. Yeah.
I was fishing. No, you know what? Let me do it live on the air. That's the way to go these days, right?
I'll act like I'm joking.
Yeah. Get the skirt in there to describe her boobs to you. That's another thing. It's going to come up in the voicemail segment, but a funny thing happened on Sunday to me where I'm watching the Blind Mike project, but I'm watching it on a delay because Cardiff did an emergency thing.
You bastard.
I know. I apologize, but John got kicked off of YouTube, so I was kind of watching that. But I was catching up, and I was watching you in delay.
Yeah.
And I'm getting ready for people to come over and watch the Bills game. And I'm listening to my buddy Blind Mike, and Blind Mike has David Collins on. And turns out it's not David Collins.
Yeah.
It's a guy named Forrest.
Yeah.
But
is it? I don't even know.
Who even knows that that's true? So David Collins is on your show, and he's explaining this has been a bit for 2.5 years, that it's not David Collins.
That was a character?
I know. As if anyone's going to be like, I can't believe it. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's weird because I actually hung out with him. He came over to my house. We went out to breakfast, whatever. He pretended to be David Collins. Doesn't matter to me either way. I don't know Forrest or David, so I don't care. But what's bizarre, and this happens to me more often than it should, is I'm listening to David Collins on your show on my phone and my earbuds, and then my phone starts ringing and it's David Collins. It's always a bizarre thing. Like it happens to me more often than you'd think, where I'm listening to a guy's show and then he's calling me as I'm listening. Oh, hey, I was just listening to you. But David called me.
What did he have to say for himself?
He wanted to apologize.
To you?
Yes. He goes,
He apologized to Craig. He's apologized to you. I'm the one he wronged.
It's so funny. He goes, Karl, I deceived you and I feel bad about it. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, man. That's fine. I go, actually, kudos to you for the bit. I'm glad you held on to it for so long.
But it's not even really deception. Like me and Craig were talking about this, and Craig's like, fuck him. Because like, Craig was like, I almost had him over my house, blah, blah, blah. But like, we knew it was a character.
Right.
I thought maybe his name was David Collins, but like, obviously he was playing a character, you know?
I assumed his name was David Collins, and you and I have had conversations about this on air and off air about how he just never breaks character. And it's like, that's kind of annoying. We both have said that.
Yeah, especially like when he was doing a show on my YouTube channel and I was talking to a character. I was like, oh, so we're just never going to connect on any.
Right.
I'm never going to have any idea
case.
what's happening or
It turned out to be the case. And then when he was going through on your show, and he's explaining all the story arcs that he was proud of, you know, whether it was Louis J. Gomez or Ray DeVito or whatever, just like, really, that was your goal all along, to spend 2.5 years wasting your time on that? All right, cool.
It seemed like there wasn't a lot of payoff. And like, I don't want to be like, oh, fuck him. He was never like, I found him funny. I enjoyed it. That's why I had him on my show and everything. Genuinely, I found him to be a very funny guy. It just seemed like there was no real payoff, but he was like, done everything I can do.
Yeah.
I've done it all.
He really was taking a victory lap.
Yeah.
Over the 30-minute half-hour show. But props to Forrest, and good on him for finally revealing the truth. I'm sure
he's himself now. I'm sure that's the real guy. We're not falling for another character.
I know. It's not like what would I put the odds on? 50-50? His name is Forrest? I don't even know. I mean, maybe 40-60. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, we'd play a game on this show. I'd play games on lots of my shows, but there is no better game than Guess the Sound.
Can Mike guess the sound from this clip that Karl has found?
All right, so the way that we play this game these days is I'm not going to reveal the video clip for anyone. We're just going to listen to it. And then Mike is going to ask a couple questions, a couple yes or no questions. make a guess, and then I'll bring up the video for everyone who's watching to see, and we'll see if Mike can guess what is on the video. This came in from JCOD01 in our Discord. Of course, you can participate in the Discord by going to whoarethese.com. There's a link to our Discord server, and there's a channel in there for Who Are These Socials. Mike, guess the sound. I'm going to pause it there. There's a little bit more, but it doesn't really change too much. I'll reveal what this looks like. But before I do that, do you have any questions you want to ask about that?
If I just guess, will you tell me I'm wrong? Does that count as one of my questions?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess that would kind of spoil it, but sure, go ahead, guess. Yeah. Go ahead, guess.
It feels to me like a paintball gun shooting at someone on a dirt bike or something.
Wow, there's a lot of that in the chat. A lot of people saying it's paintball. It is not paintball.
Okay.
And it's not dirt bikes. So you just got two yes or no questions.
All right.
But
I'll take that as my two questions then.
No. I'll give you one more. What do you want?
Boy. Is there farting involved?
I was not expecting that. There is zero farting.
Okay.
There's
I have
zero
no fucking
farting
idea what this is.
All right. Well, give it another listen. Listen closely. There is some talking. That might be a clue. That's a clue I'm giving you right now.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh, I know.
I'm going to let it play a little bit longer, but you look confident. I like that.
I think I know.
I think that's enough. Mike, guess the sound.
This is Whitney Cummings' set at the Riyadh Comedy Festival.
You're right. Yes, you are. God damn it. How did you know?
I'm a
You
Whitney
must have heard
fan. I know her stuff.
All right. Do you have a non-joke answer, my friend?
I really don't. I mean, it seems like gunshots and a vehicle driving around, but I don't have a firmer guess than that, really.
Okay. Well, I'll give you partial credit. The answer is Russians doing donuts at a gas station while shooting off AK-47s into the air.
All right, yeah. I couldn't have gotten that specific, but that's the general idea of what I
We're
thought.
over in Russia. These guys are just doing donuts and they're shooting off AK-47s. I guess they're celebrating something. Maybe their team won. I don't know what they do in Russia.
Or just a fun weekend, you know?
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
And people say it's such a stiff culture, Russia, but it seems like they have fun.
No, they let their hair down a little bit.
I like
Like, let's take out some Ukrainians and then we'll go celebrate at the gas station.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds like a fun day. You bring the vodka. All right. I want to move over to Twitter. I got a really fun thing that number one Kumia Cook in the Discord sent us. But before that, I want to thank people who are supporting the show and participating.
Yay, super chats.
Over at supertip.gg/WATP. This one came in before the show started. Anonymous says, you should cover for WATP the Jay Sheedy episode with Madonna. Apparently, she can be your Kabbalah spiritual coach for $30 a month. Madonna cut or this
Is
Jay
that
Sheedy?
if that's real, I gotta look into that as well. If Madonna's charging $30 for something.
That sounds interesting to me. All right.
Yeah.
We'll check that out. Thank you very much, Anonymous, for that. Silence Do Good coming in. Really disappointed to see the way Mike treated David Collins. All he wanted was a friend.
I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Mike doesn't seem broken up about it.
No, I'm really not.
Okay. Anonymous coming in.
Forest? What's this guy made? Trees or something. The home run. Kumia.
That's
Karmic.
good. You want to do a show on my YouTube channel? That sounds pretty good.
Karmic. Yeah, Karmic could probably do a show with you.
Yeah.
Although Aaron already asked him and he said no. So
Damn.
Turbo 7049 coming in.
Mike, my friend, if you think David Collins' deception was egregious, wait till you hear that there is no Mr. Cardiff. Big fan. I'd like to be on for a Why Are You Laughing with you.
Tried.
I don't think that was the real Anthony.
Anthony said such nice things about me, and every time he comments on my videos, I'm like, "Come on the show," and that ends the thread pretty quick.
No, I also gave you big props on your Opie segment recently.
Oh, thank you.
Where you pointed out that Opie had the exact same story for both Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel.
It was so crazy to the point where I was like, "Do I misremember the Carolla story? Because there's no way he's telling that twice."
It's amazing. What are you doing here? Fucking idiot. Adam Thoma became a new YouTube member. Thank you very much for that, Adam. The Blatcast. The winner of this series plays Milwaukee. Nice. Yeah, I guess that's probably true, right? Well, hold on a second. It'd be the number 1 seed. Yeah, because the Dodgers. Yeah, because the Dodgers went through. So yeah, they would play the lower seed. Good point, Christian Blatt. Adam Bush, $10. I am David Collins. We are all David Collins now.
I suppose that's true. That's a nice way to look at it.
Leave it to Adam Bush. Jay Loiter, $5. David Collins claimed he was trolling someone nobody knows. I suspect he was actually trolling Mike the whole time. Oh, that's an interesting theory.
I have. So my theory was, I said this. We did an episode on Patreon the other day because I wanted Craig's thoughts on all this. He was all fired up. Mm-hmm. My assumption was, based on conversations I've had with whoever that was, he found me through you, clearly. And
you think David found you through me?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. And so my assumption was he wanted to get on WATP and was like, oh, like if I fuck with this guy, like maybe Karl will see it or something. That's kind of my assumption now.
That's flattering, but I doubt it. You seem to be more of a Blind Mike guy than a WATP guy. I don't know. That was my.
That's the bit. That's the genius of it.
All right. Well, I've been duped before. So.
Well, on the other side of this, there's red strings and pictures with everyone involved. I've got Forrest. I've got David Collins up there.
But he did say that the reason why he started his show was to make fun of this stand-up who's like an open micer.
Yeah.
Who moved to Portland from Iowa to do stand-up.
Despite what I just said, I haven't spent too much time thinking about it because I assume it's all bullshit.
It's probably not true. That's a very good point. All right, let's head over to Twitter real quick.
Look at this tweet now.
This one came in from number 1 Kumia Cook in our Discord, and this is fun. Here you have conjoined twins. So these are these twins with 2 heads on a body.
Yes.
They both have distinct personalities. And one of them got married recently.
Oh, I know. These ladies used to have a show, I believe.
Okay, so yes, they did have a show.
Right?
So they're answering all the frequently asked questions they got. They're going through the FAQs. And I thought this was interesting. Now, I want you to key in on, because this is what I was paying attention to, how fucking angry and bitter they are.
I can only imagine. You got to give them a little slack.
I get it.
But also, you got to feel bad for them.
I guess, but like monsters in movies, you don't like feel bad for, you know? Like,
I suppose.
I don't know. All right. Well, so they're answering some of the questions that all of us want to know the answer to, and they're not happy they have to answer it.
We're going to do an FAQ because some of you don't shut the fuck up on videos that have nothing to do with our bodies.
Jeez.
So...
Do you see what I mean?
No, you're right. I wasn't expecting, even after that setup, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, some of you won't shut the fuck up. So here, answer your dumb questions, you assholes.
FAQ.
Oh, so if one of us is tired, we both don't have to be tired because we have 2 separate brains. Yes, one of us can be awake and one of us can be asleep because Again, different brains. We are two separate people.
I don't know about the death
I get it.
thing.
You know
We're
what?
not
I get it
fucking
now. Like the first time I said, like, "Hey, I saw this movie," and I got a reply on Twitter like, "You saw it?"
Oh.
The first time I was like, oh, I see what they did. 10 years in, I'm like, I got it.
Right.
It's just language. It's how people speak. That's what these girls are dealing with, where they're like, what the? Yes, we're two fucking people. Leave us alone.
You know what? I didn't want to tell you this. I knew how upset you get, but when you were talking about watching the Yankees game earlier,
I know.
A lot of people in the chat were calling you out for that.
Ladies, you got to get used to it. You know, if you're going to be a public figure, that's
right.
If I can instill any wisdom.
Yeah, that's the whole thing right there. It's like, well, you could hide in the shadows if you want. That might be a good place for you. Yeah. Or you can go on the internet and deal with people asking these questions over and over and over again.
Yeah, you can't be a circus act and be mad that the people are staring, you know?
Actually, you know what? I just thought of a question that they should have answered based on my history with you. Which one of them wipes the ass? Do they take turns?
It is a fascinating question. That's why I try to empathize with people that ask me, because they don't know that I've heard that question a million times.
Right.
And it is interesting. Yeah.
No, you don't empathize at all. You fucking hate it. But one of them controls the right arm. The other one controls the left arm. And I wonder if there's like, I have to wipe the ass again. I'm the ass wiping one.
Yeah.
Is that my role here?
It is fascinating because I remember like when I found out who these girls were years ago when they had that show, there are a lot of questions like you said, one just got married. Like, obviously they have sex, but one of them is not into it.
They only have one vagina.
Yeah.
They have two stomachs, one vagina. I assume one asshole. I don't know if she's kinky. I don't know how kinky she is, but I'm just saying, like, the other one's got to be like, I can feel that, and I'm kind of not in the mood right now, but whatever.
Put it this way, I understand everyone. I can understand why it's exhausting for them, and I am also fascinated by it.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
How about the death thing? We're not fucking dead.
We share a bloodstream. So eventually sepsis will kick in, and obviously within hours or days, the other one will die. But we're not dead, so why always ask us that? Like,
that is fascinating. By the way, I didn't even think to ask that question. That's a fascinating question.
Oh, these are the most bitter girls. I love it.
I know they're so fucking angry about it. Imagine though, you're walking around, you're like, what's wrong with your sister? She died. I don't have much longer to go.
And I do have to say, have they answered these questions publicly a bunch? I've never heard it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like there's this thing of like, fuck you for asking, but like I just don't know the answer. Like these are actually interesting questions.
They're all fascinating. That's why I'm playing this clip. I love it. I can't get enough. They could have just been like, we answered all these questions. Here's the link to the video.
Right.
But they're answering the questions, so they must know that they haven't. All right.
Are we a doctor? The whole jail thing. Never been through that process, so how would we know that? How would we have that kind of knowledge?
No, we cannot control each other's limbs or halves.
Yes, I can drive. I have the right foot, so I drive.
How funny is that?
Interesting.
The one with the right foot has the driver's license. The other one's like, I don't even need it.
Proper driving.
It's great. Well, good thing they're not doing a stick shift. You're like, clutch! You're like yelling at the other one.
No, we cannot read each other's minds.
We share a reproductive system, and we both felt our fucking pain when we had endometriosis. So you do the math of your weird, inappropriate questions about sex.
Who's making them do this AMA?
With gunpoint, apparently, it seems like.
Jesus Christ.
I know. But is it really a weird question about sex to want to know? Like, one of you, I mean, you both share the same vagina. One of you isn't married to your husband.
It's a rare sex question that is not at all perverted, actually. It's
No.
interesting. It's like, does the other person have to be attracted? Do you close your eyes and grit your teeth? Like, how does that work? It's interesting.
Or do each of you have a boyfriend and you have a schedule? Oh shit, the Cubs just gave up a run.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Quick, ask them what they think about the Cubs.
Hold on. No, they held him at third. All right. We got 2 outs. We can get out of this inning. Let's find out what else is going on. I told you to be unprofessional today.
Like I said before, we share a bloodstream, so if we drink or hypothetically get high, we'll both feel it.
We have two different
pretty
stomachs,
awesome.
so we feel full at
Yeah, actually, I was just thinking the same thing. I didn't think about this the first time I watched this. But could you imagine like one of them's going in for like a big exam or something?
Yeah.
And the other one just like smokes a bowl beforehand. You're like, what the fuck? Really?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, why would you do that to me? Like, because you were a bitch yesterday.
Different stomachs, so we feel full at 2 different rates.
IDs and ID cards, we're still 2 different people. So we have
I've got one.
2 separate IDs.
Okay. Please, Mike. What do you got?
She controls the right leg. So I assume the other one controls the left leg.
I would assume that.
How the fuck do they walk?
Mm-hmm. Not well. It's not smooth. Let's put it that way.
Crazy.
Yes. I don't even know if I guess they walk. I don't know. I haven't watched videos of them. But yeah, it's got to be really tough.
You know what? This is really shown a light. I'm going to be. Ask me how I wipe my ass all you want, folks. I want to be.
Right?
I don't want to be bitter.
Yeah,
like
stop
these
complaining.
ladies.
Right? Stop complaining about it.
I don't want to be
a fair
like
question. I don't shit in the dark. You know?
Yeah.
And ID numbers and SSNs and all that kind of stuff. Tests. We take 2 different tests. Again, we are still 2 separate people.
Well, maybe
no,
don't
my
answer
boyfriend
shit
isn't
like
dating
that.
both of us.
I don't want anyone.
Oh, this is interesting right here. She says her boyfriend is not dating both of them.
People. No, my boyfriend isn't dating both of us.
I don't want anyone.
Oh, if I close my eyes.
So one of them is asexual, it sounds like.
Yeah, it sounds like she's real happy about it too.
Yeah, maybe like she can't get herself off with the left hand. She's like, you
I
know what?
don't want anyone.
I'm not even gonna diddle myself. You do it. I suck at this.
The one sounds a little like Eric the Midget. A little bit.
Yeah, I'm getting that as well.
Oh, if I close my eyes, I cannot see through her eyes. The amount of times that we've gotten that question.
Common sense is not that common.
True. 2 separate hearts.
Hold on a second. Why would common sense have anything to do with anything?
Common sense.
Common sense, like okay, you're 2 different people in one body, 2 separate hearts, 2 separate lungs, 2 separate stomachs, but the same reproduction. There's no common sense here.
No, common sense would tell you they're just like all the other 2-headed beasts you've run into in your life.
Common.
True. 2 separate hearts, 2 separate lungs, 2 different stomachs that connect into 1 digestive system, 1 reproductive system, and I also have a detached reproductive system, or uterus. I have a detached uterus. 1 kidney each, our own arms, 1 leg each. Took a long time with physical therapy to learn how to walk.
Oh, there's the answer to your question. Physical therapy. Can you imagine the therapist just like, I don't know how to do this. They didn't teach me this in school.
Ladies, there's going to be a lot of trial and error.
I think I could actually do that job. Now you go. Now you go. Now you go. Now you go.
And these bitches are just like, it's common sense how to teach us to walk, idiot.
Yeah.
You
I know.
done
They'd
this
be the worst, too. You're like, I'm sorry, just I've never done this before. Usually it's the guy with 1 brain that I'm working with.
No, she did not feel when I got my piercing. No, I did not feel when she got her piercing. Yes, we can feel where we're attached, but other than that, it starts losing feeling, like, the more that we go in our own directions. Can't have kids, don't want kids, my partner feels the same way. We mostly sleep on our front because Lupita's scoliosis. Walk with more of a wobble or, like, unevenness because Lupita is about 1 inch to 1.5 inches shorter than I am.
I think
Whoa! One of them is shorter than the other. Oh, no.
That's like, as I'm trying to say this as delicately as possible.
Sure.
I myself have dealt with depression and thoughts of, however you're allowed to say it on YouTube, unaliving myself.
Yep.
How do you not just like? It's exhausting to be these girls. I don't know.
You know what? This would be the very first ever murder-suicide with just 1 shot.
Yes.
That would actually make the history books, I think.
Shorter than I am.
Poor thing.
I think that was most of them.
We're gonna hear, oh, well, you're famous on TikTok because of you're just conjoined twins. It's like, okay, thanks, but we want to just enjoy an app without having a video that's not even relevant to our bodies and have questions that are very intrusive about our bodies.
Every goddamn day. All right, bye.
They're so bitter about it. That's why you're interesting, you idiots.
What did you think people were going to ask? Hey, Seinfeld or Friends? Which do you like better? Like, what were people going to ask you?
Right. It's a very good point. But I hate the people who are just like, I'm a freak show. Like, the bearded lady isn't like, enough about my beard already. We've been over this.
There's a person in here.
Yeah, like we kind of know why you're interesting to look at, talk to.
I like gardening, and there's all kinds of things you can ask me about.
All right. You want to talk about COVID for a second?
Oh, I was hoping we would, yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about some COVID lunatics. There's a subreddit called the Zero COVID Community. And Tofu Baggins wrote, wife just tested positive. Listen to this scary tale you're about to hear. Hi, everyone. Super anxious right now as my wife, who was away for a couple of days and a bit more lax than me in precautions, just tested positive.
Imagine if you don't care about COVID and you live with one of these psychopaths.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
Man, talk about
crazy.
exhausting.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine if one of us got the sniffles? That'd be terrible. She's sequestered in our bedroom, and I've got a sleeping bag set up in our guest room, but I think I'm likely already infected since we interacted yesterday. This is our first infection ever, so I'm really worried about it. Will being in another room in our apartment be enough to keep me from infection, or should I get a motel? What treatments
I'd
should
leave
we
the
use?
country. It's not safe here anymore.
Get on a cruise ship and never leave. That's the only place you're safe from COVID these days. Is that crazy? This fucking loser is like, oh no, you got COVID. I'm going to grab a sleeping bag and sleep on the floor in the guest room of our apartment.
And that's a little extreme for like 2020, a little bit. Where it's like you were kind of like, oh, if the girlfriend or wife gets it, then I guess I'm getting it. You know what I mean? Like that's extreme even for back then to be like,
I will tell you,
do I leave town?
My wife and I both got COVID twice and neither at the same time. So we're doing well.
I think the skirt had it at least once and I never got it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you have the same levels of relationship that I do. Good. Glad we came up with that. So because we're talking about this, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's daughter, Violet, did you know that she went and spoke in front of the UN about COVID?
I didn't know it. I figured.
Just recently?
Yeah, I just assumed.
This is from Robo Shitstain MK9000 in our Discord. And this poor generation, and the Cubs just hit into a double play. I don't want to talk about that.
It is neglect of the highest order to look children in the eyes and say, we knew how to protect you, and we didn't do it.
Violet Affleck is making her voice heard. On September 23rd, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's 19-year-old daughter addressed the United Nations. In Violet's speech, she shared her belief that wearing face masks and increased air filtration are necessary to prevent the transmission of COVID-19.
What's funny is that they're showing a stock photo of her with her mom, Jennifer Garner. She's wearing this 3M, whatever face mask that I'm sure is approved by Fauci. And Jennifer Garner's just smiling and laughing like a normal person, right next to her.
Is the argument this girl is making that the government didn't take enough precautions?
That's the one. Mike, that's the one she's making.
Jesus Christ. Imagine believing that in 2025.
In 2025, and then for some reason, because you're Ben Affleck's daughter, you get to talk to the UN? I have some crazy ideas about shit.
Didn't teach us anything about letting children speak.
Right.
We shouldn't listen to 19-year-olds on fucking anything.
I have some crazy ideas about some shit going on in the world, but the UN's not inviting me to talk to them about it.
To prevent the transmission of COVID-19 and the symptoms associated with long COVID. She also spoke out about her perspective that government leadership is, quote, downplaying and concealing the threat of the virus.
They really are. They haven't talked about it much lately. You got to give her that.
This is insane.
And we are told by leaders across the board that we are the future. But when it comes to the ongoing pandemic, our present is being stolen right in front of our eyes. For adults, the relentless beat of back to normal, ignoring, downplaying, and concealing both the prevalence of airborne transmission and the threat of long COVID, manifested in a series of choices. Young people lacked both real choice in the matter and information about what was being chosen for us.
Violet.
Okay. So the point I wanted to make, I just wanted to play a little bit of this because I found this insane. So she was 14 years old in 2020. She's 19 now. Mm-hmm. That was just some quick math I did in my head. I didn't even write that down. Pretty good. Thanks. That is, I think, the sweet spot for ruining people's lives during the shutdowns. That is the time when you are like coming into yourself. You have your friend group. You're experimenting with the opposite sex. You're doing all these things. And these people were shut into their fucking homes and staring at screens all day long.
Not even ruining their life. That's a good point about their lives being ruined. But also, that's where you 10 to 14 is where you really start like having memories. You know what I mean? And she grew up in a psychotic world. Also has probably weird parents, I imagine. But like, she grew up in this bizarre situation, and like people that were that age grew up in this weird COVID thing where it's like that's their cause because it was such a big issue, and now they're like, well, this ruined everything, and we're like, yeah, no, but we stopped talking about it. It did ruin everything, but
right.
Talking about it.
They have Visconti syndrome.
Yeah,
this
is just the reverse of that. Yeah,
they can't let it go. But actually, that's a really good point because so this thing put a halt to what their childhood was.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, myself excluded, a lot of people look back at like your childhood being the most important part of your life. And so
sure,
these people had that ripped away from them only for everyone to just forget about it and move on.
Yeah.
So I could see where Violet Affleck would be like, can we please pretend this is still a big deal? Because otherwise, it's pretty fucked up what you all did to me, right?
My first real memory of like a global or national news story is 9/11.
Yeah.
And if when I was 19, people were like, actually, 9/11, like, who really gives a fuck? I would have been like, what?
yeah. I'm like, well, they didn't even play week 1 of the NFL season. Are you kidding me? We're going to pretend that nothing happened?
Yeah.
I mean, the war in Afghanistan and Iraq, probably the bigger deal. But I remember the fact that we pushed back a week in the NFL.
It was also big.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not alone in this. All right, let's head over. Enough COVID talk. I think that's enough.
Yeah.
But now we can talk about it because, as we mentioned last week, Google came out and said they were pressured by the Biden administration to shut down these creators who were talking about the lockdowns and the science and the vaccines. So they reinstated everyone.
Oh, good.
So now I'm feeling like we can make fun of Violet Affleck.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. Happy days.
Someone tell Opie we can say COVID again.
Don't tell Opie. He won't believe you. Let's head over to Instagram.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels, they might make you wanna fight.
All right, we recently introduced our audience to Becca of Becca Hana 12 fame on Instagram.
Yeah.
These are these obese women who are a couple. One of them maybe wasn't always a woman. I'm not sure. I haven't done that much research into this.
Yeah. The evidence is there.
But Becca is the talent. Becca sings the songs.
Right.
And what we learned is that you can pay her to come up with songs for use. But it's like a cameo thing almost.
Yeah. People took advantage of that.
So this is exciting because we are going to see a tribute to us, Mike, you and me.
Sweet.
Being tributed by Becca. This might be our new theme song, so strap in for this.
Two amazing guys, so in love.
Okay.
Despite their disabilities, it doesn't stop their love for one another. Karl and Mike, always there, hand in hand.
All right, I'll say this. The melody is amazing. I love the melody. But the lyrics are a little bit offensive. They're calling us gay, I think, Mike.
I think it's just saying we're such close friends. We're always there for each other, hand in hand. You know?
Yeah. If you listen to our banter, I can see where you would get that impression.
We're just very close.
Yes.
Always there, hand in hand. Mike not able to see with his eyes. Always there with his heart and mind. Full of absolute love and care for Karl. Karl, so helpful, helping Mike.
I gotta push back here. Yeah, but by her description, we're both disabled, and yet even in this situation, you're helping me.
Yeah. I mean, we gotta get across the road, Mike. I'm the only one who can make this happen. You understand that?
Did the person that submitted this say that Mike's more disabled? Like they're both disabled guys, but like really kind of lean into Mike being the
Do we know who submitted this? I want to see
they
what
said they didn't want their name mentioned, but yes, I know they messaged me on Instagram.
Ask them to give you the info that was given to make this song happen. I want to know.
I'm sure they will know. Yes.
That would be very interesting to know. Also, I haven't listened to all this through because I wanted to be surprised. I don't even understand what she's saying. I was going to get a transcript of this, but I don't think that there's any software out there that would know what words she's saying.
Well, that's why you're not welling up with tears, because it is pretty touching.
Oh, all right. Let me listen closer. I was watching the Cubs game.
The house with daily things. Such an amazing couple. They might get judged a lot and not accept it.
Wait, did she just say they might get judged a lot and not accept it?
Which is true. As I told you before the show, I was watching a dissertation on whether or not you're gay by one stuttering John. So
no, wasn't it me and Anthony Cumia were gay together?
Not necessarily together.
Oh,
but
just
you are both separately gay.
Yes. I see. Gosh, if only we had known, we'd spent some time together. We could have taken advantage of this.
Hey, it's never too late.
That's true, buddy. That's true.
But it doesn't stop their true love. They have a great sense of humor, making people laugh, putting smiles on people's faces. They deserve the best. Always there, hand in hand. Always there, hand in hand.
We're holding hands a lot in this song, Mike.
That's really the main focus.
I guess it's because we're crossing a lot of streets. I feel like I need to guide you.
I kind of appreciate it. It didn't get graphic, you know?
That's true.
We're an older gay couple.
Swap and spit, touching cranks. Yeah, I'm glad those lyrics aren't in there.
Yeah.
Mike and Karl is always there, hand in hand, no matter what life brings them through. They're always there.
Got a little lazy towards the end of this.
Double play for the Cubs. All right. Sorry, I'm just doing a little bit of play-by-play. I don't think it's going to be our theme song. Should we have a meeting on this right now on the air?
I think that's fair. I think the beginning maybe you could do something with, but she got a little lazy towards the end.
So I got to tell you, I think Vinny's going to be jealous that she sang a song to us. My buddy Vinny Paulino messaged me after our most recent episode where we played Becca for the first time. And he's like, I've been following this woman for years now.
Really?
And he's been trying to figure out an angle to bring her onto the show Weight Watchers that I do with him and Dick Masterson and Johnny. So, because they're pretty big ladies.
Yeah.
But I was shocked. I was like, when he's like, oh shit, you guys finally found Becca. And guess what, Vinny? We have our own song now.
Poor Vinny.
Sorry about that, buddy.
He sat on his hands for too long.
Poor Vinny. Fuck off. Let's go to the stand-up because we've been listening to enough music, I feel like.
I could use a laugh.
Me too. There's this guy named Issac. And he puts this. We've played him before on this show.
Yeah, and you got to
Mike's
give
a
him
big
this.
fan.
His sound quality has gotten better, and I wanted to see if the material has followed. So,
all right, well, let's get into it.
It's crazy. Is we've been through a lot this year, you know, especially me. You know, as Latino, I've been through so much. Woo! I'm glad I'm still here in California. But if there's one thing that I learned this year, is nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And we can all save 50 pounds per person.
I was curious to ask you because it gets a laugh. I don't know what the fuck he said. A Jet 2 holiday?
Yeah, we can all get a Jet 2 holiday. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday, and we can all save
holiday.
50. Yep, we all save 50 pounds per person. So this is a meme. It's mostly in Britain. This is going around. There's a commercial for this company that sells holiday packages, or what we would call vacation packages. It's called Jet to Holiday. And there's this commercial that shows like these families having all this fun. And so the meme is that people are like having a horrible time on vacation and, you know, it's raining on their parade. And then you play the audio of the Jet to Holiday commercial over it. So basically,
it's crushing. That's the biggest laugh we've ever heard him get.
Well, yeah. So basically, what he got was, "Hey, that's familiar."
Mm-hmm.
That was the laugh that he got. This would be the equivalent of in 1985 if a stand-up went on, even at the Improv, and was like, "Where's the beef?" You know, like that's the punchline. Like,
I know, that's a silly lady.
I know that thing. Yeah, that's great. Wendy's, right?
Yeah, because he doesn't even try to set it. He's like, I'm Latino, so it's been tough. It's like,
right.
You're here.
The setup literally is a non sequitur.
You're on U.S. soil.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
You're in California, the place where they're really cracking down too.
Yeah,
you're not hiding in an attic in Nebraska like the smart ones.
But his focus is, I think he's really leaning into. He says this generation needs a Carlos Mencia type, you know, sort of a voice for the voiceless, because of all this stuff with ICE going on. He's really leaned into that. And in the next clip, he got, I would call it luck, but you know, maybe there's talent involved as well, because this one really delivers.
I've been keeping it safe, you know, from all the ICE people. I'm safe here, right? Yeah. I think. If anything happens, I'm just gonna jump over that real quick and just be like, ah! Guys, come on.
There we go.
Oh, he did the thing you said he was gonna do.
Yeah.
That's
someone else
fun.
did have to point. Someone else in the crowd had to yell "ice" to get him to do it. But
yeah, he forgot about his setup from earlier. Now, let me ask you a question, Mike, because I'm not following the news as closely as I could be. Mm-hmm. Does ICE show up with sirens a-blaring?
Yeah.
Is that,
we're coming.
Don't run!
They want to give a head start. You know, they want to make it a fair fight.
Please, do not run. Do not run. Here comes ICE.
Ready or not, here we come.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid. So I'm not sure that makes a ton of sense. But good for Issac.
He's getting better. He's finding his lane.
As soon as he starts calling Mexican beaners, that's when we know he's fully on the Carlos Mencia trajectory. All right, so this next video I want to play from Instagram is fan-fucking-tastic. I don't know if you've seen it. This one came in from both Vinny Paulino and Jenny Jingles.
Whoa.
Both texted this to me separately.
Two people I trust.
Agreed. And apparently, there's this. Okay, I'll set this up real quick, and then you'll be able to understand what's happening. There's this actor in LA. Her name is Brittany Rowe Carrera, and she's having a whole screening party at her house for this TV show called Chad Powers, where she has a little role in it. She's going to be on this TV show, and so all of her friends show up to watch her as she's watching this Hulu TV show for the first time. Hey, this is my scene. It's coming up right here. And things go a little sideways. Okay.
They replaced me with hot They literally, this is my scene.
Sister, did you come in later?
This is literally my.
She paused the thing as soon as she saw Hawk Tua sitting where she was supposed to be sitting. She went, "What the fuck? I got replaced by Hawk Tua." And I love that one of her friends is just filming this the whole time, just like.
I've heard a lot of like comedians particularly tell stories of like they got cast in some movie and then they went to the premiere and they realized they got cut out.
Yep.
Few have handled it this gracefully though.
This is awesome. It goes on too.
And later.
No, this is literally my scene. I was fine.
All right. I gotta make an announcement. Russ Holiday just officially.
No, then we literally did this too, and I said like something about Chernobyl. And I said something about chicken tenders.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
You know, I was thinking about it, it's like everything that happened to me. It's like Chernobyl.
She's gotten confirmations. It's definitely the scene that she shot that she thought she was in.
Did she? This is. It's very funny to me that someone just filmed this and sandbagged her, unless she was like in on it or something.
No, she's not in on it. Well, I'll tell you more about it because it got covered by People Magazine. But yeah, it's funny.
They were not in the scene. They were not in the scene.
Back at Chernobyl, Russ Holiday is.
Oh my god!
No one knows what to do.
That's like the worst person to
Just turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
I don't agree with that, by the way. That guy saying, it's the worst person you could be replaced by is Hawk Tuah.
Yeah.
What a good friend, by the way.
Yeah,
Boy,
it's a
isn't
nice
this the
thing to
worst?
say. Yeah. Well, how insulting is that, huh, you dumb bitch?
They replaced her with, I think they thought it would get some buzz to have, Hawk Tuah in it or something. If they just replaced her with a nobody, that would be much worse. No?
Well, I guess the reason is, so, Mike, let's say you honed a craft in your life. Let's say that craft was podcasting. Let's say you fancied yourself a pretty good podcast. You've been working out it a long time. And
you better be going somewhere with this. It sounds far-fetched.
And then all of a sudden, this woman who goes, I go Hawk Tuah and spit on that thing.
Yeah.
Becomes a podcaster with a much bigger audience, bigger guests than you could ever get. Just getting tons of money thrown at them from sponsors.
She's got David Collins on her show? What the fuck?
Do you see why maybe you'd be a little angry?
Yeah,
Okay.
now I suppose I get it.
That's why.
Hey, Ryan, sure.
How many things did I want to see where you're going with this?
Sorry. Ryan, stop filming!
Okay.
I just literally just realized that I f***ing got replaced by Hawk Tuah!
Can I give a little advice? This goes to famous people, non-famous, whoever.
Yeah.
The words "stop filming" should never be screamed in a hysterical voice because that's only going to increase the likelihood that video gets posted.
Right, and that might be the last thing that's on that video. And then you go, wow, what happened after that? You know, wild speculation.
I know what'll get him to stop filming. I do something clinically insane.
No, you don't have to be. Are you serious? They didn't tell you something.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
hold
you
on.
for
Turn on
explaining
sorry.
this moment. I'm sorry, I'm just having
Yo, I'm sorry for laughing.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
I just thought it was funny. It was
It's
her.
okay. It's okay. Yeah, it's. Someone have my phone?
Sorry.
Okay. So this video went viral. And so people reached out to Hawk Tuah. And she was like, shoot, y'all. I didn't know I was replacing somebody else. They just asked me to be part of their show.
Right. I imagine that was the case.
Right. She didn't know what was going on. And so she reached out to this Brittany woman, Hawk Tuah did, Haley Welch. And so then Brittany posted on her Instagram, I have it up on the screen here, I am not upset with Haley Welch at all.
Oh.
I hope one day she will teach me how to spit on that thing.
I like that.
She's trying to have some fun with it, I guess.
Suck a dick. That's good.
Yeah. That's what they're referring to when they talk about that.
Yeah.
But okay, so that was fun. Thank you to Jen and Vinny for sending that in.
That is great. It's funny to have such little self-awareness that you're like, I know what'll make this better if I fucking freak out.
No, it's I get it. You have all your friends over. This is a young woman who's trying to make it big in Hollywood. You're like, I'm on a TV show. Everyone come over.
I get that. I get being pissed, but the idea of throwing a temper tantrum is where you lose me a little.
Yeah. I guess you'll see that out of me if the Cubs blow this lead. So you might actually see me freak out in real time on the show tonight.
No, that's fun.
But I feel differently about sports than my profession, so I guess that's how.
Carl screaming, "Stop filming!"
Yeah, turn up the feed.
I don't have any control.
Craigers, I'm getting embarrassed over here. We got to talk about my girl Baylen.
Yeah.
I fucked your mom. You're done. You're done. Uppercut, chicken and crackers. Want it up? I'm gonna need you to put the ranch down.
Baylen Dupree was recently interviewed by Page 6 Radio or something like that. Yeah. I think it's on satellite radio. And she's got season 2 of her TV show coming out.
Very exciting.
Right. Very exciting. So she's making the rounds and doing the interviews and see how this goes.
I saw in the description for season 2, we're trying out new medications. How is that going? And what does that entail?
Trying new medication is always difficult and tricky because there's always side effects.
Yeah.
But trying new medications is just to help with my OCD, just to help with my mood, my bipolar, things around that. But it can get tricky because there's weight gain, there's certain type of side effects. So I've definitely experienced the weight gain side effects of it, and everyone on social media has noticed. So it's just like,
stop. Wait,
yeah,
Like, are they trolling you for it?
yeah.
What?
Okay.
What a dickhead question.
I had to tell you the funniest story, Mike.
Yeah.
This literally happened, last night. I got done with WATP, went out to a bar to grab some food afterwards. We're watching the game, we're watching the Dodgers game on TV, and the promo comes up for season 2 of Baylen Dupree's show, and I go, whoa, my girlfriend got fat. I'm done with her.
Well,
This
was
is
worried
over.
about you. I know you have a lot of fun with the fats, and I saw this clip and I was worried when I heard Baylen talking.
Dude, it was so funny because this happened to me last night, and then you sent this to me today in the prep, and I was watching. I was like, "Holy shit!" Okay, so I'm not the only one noticing this.
Someone, I saw it because someone commented on Instagram and said they tagged
I have
us
that.
maybe, and they were like, "You should thank Karl and Mike for your career," or something like that, which I found funny.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Yeah, right next to this video that was posted by Page 6, it says, "At Karl, at Blind Mike, made you famous. You should really thank them." It's very funny.
He does owe us a thanks.
I mean, it would go a long way, you know? For me, I always need apologies. I need thank yous. I just need acknowledgement on things all the time.
I wonder if people were not sympathetic enough for the Tourette's storylines that they're like, let's have you battle something else, you know?
I mean, she's
You're
not
gonna
that
battle
fat.
your
She's not-
weight this season.
Mike, she's not that fat.
No, but listen to the rest of it. It's gonna. I guarantee you, it's gonna be a
Okay, all
storyline
right.
in season 2.
She's not Mike Geary fat, but all right. If you say that's what's going to happen.
No, hey, well, she's gonna teach you something about how that makes people feel.
Oh my!
Like, she's massive. Is she pregnant? Like,
Okay.
I've never seen someone
Just-
look
Mike, are you pregnant? That one's
not. It doesn't
so
work.
big.
Well, you look beautiful.
I was gonna- yeah.
We're just here to
You guys are sweet.
tell you that. How have you been processing those kinds of reactions on social media? Like, are you doing okay?
The best way I can.
Yeah.
Like, I would, like, at the end of the day, like, these people don't know me.
Right.
And, like, they don't understand my struggle, and they don't.
Yeah, but they can see you. They can see how much weight you've gained.
That's
I'm
fair.
being
That's
mean.
not a
I'm
valid
being mean.
excuse for that one.
They don't
I'll
know
give
me.
you that. They don't
Also,
know me.
you're the star of a reality TV show. I mean, they know you better than they know most people. There's cameras on you all the time.
I think it's a good excuse. None of you fucking people know me. Maybe
Right.
this
Oh,
is just
yeah.
a suit I'm wearing.
don't understand that, like, there's actually something going on. Like, it's not just like, oh, I'm just gaining weight for fun.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's none of anyone's
But even if you-
business.
even if you-
This reminds me of when Stuttering John forgot that he was a stutterer. Did she forget she has Tourette's?
Oh, yeah.
What is this interview? She's not even doing
Hold on,
anything
I'm making
funny.
a point. I'll get to the Tourette's in a minute.
You're right, yeah. This is actually very serious. Let me just get this out and then...
That's a good point. How come during a serious thing she's not ticking? That's interesting.
You would think she'd be ticking like crazy. She's being interviewed on a show. There's cameras in
If
there.
you're
and
nervous
stuff.
or sensitive about this, I
Yeah.
would imagine, yeah.
You were just gaining weight for fun. Like, shut the up. Like,
Yeah,
what,
thank
you know
you.
what
You're
I mean?
like, I'm tasting my cakes because I'm getting married. What about you?
Why is this guy getting
No, I
that?
love
I know. This guy's
I'm
coming
eating
up.
a lot of cake.
I know. It's not. That's by the way. That's not a good comeback to you're getting fat. Like, yeah. I'm eating like a lot of carbs. Like, well, that's not.
Well, I'm
what you
eating a
wanna-
lot, is what you probably don't understand.
Yeah, it's not a good comeback for that, sir.
that response.
Yeah, please. Oh, just tell me what their ats are. I'll yell at everybody.
Yeah, the next time someone calls me out for being portly, I'll just be like, yeah, well, I hate exercise. So what's your problem, asshole?
It seems like the joke's on you. Hmm?
Yeah, that's not a good reason for that. All right, let's. We're gonna head over to TikTok in just a minute. We got GG33 and Woke Chad and Joe Matarese coming up. A lot of fun things. I know, but first, I want to thank people who are supporting the show over at supertip.gg/WATP.
Yay, super chats.
Anonymous coming in.
A question for the twins. You chicks do threesomes? Totally hot.
Is it possible to motorboat both of you at the same time?
If someone jizzes in you, do both of you get preggers? If so, can both get an abortion? Asking for a friend.
These are all valid questions. I don't know why that's.
I think the motorboat question, it would be impossible not to motorboat both of them, right?
Right.
Because one breast would go to each goblin.
It would also be rude.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you're like, I'm only into this titty over here.
Right.
Like, oh, well, what the fuck? All right.
That is kind of like you're cheating a little bit. It's naughty to be like, I'm going to actually grab this side as well.
Oh, right. Like
I'm only supposed to be with the right side.
Oh, because they said
I'm
they
gonna
can't
grab the
feel
left.
the other side. So you can be like grabbing a butt cheek and shit. The other one doesn't even know.
Right.
Interesting. I have a lot of questions. Yeah. Rob Johnson gave us $3. Thank you very much, Rob. That's always appreciated, the support on here. Scoliosis. Tigers win. Let's go Motor City Kitties. Skol. Yes, Tigers. After the downfall, what a collapse they had at the end of the year. But they won against Cleveland, the team that overtook them for first place in their division. So I think they can get past that and try to make a run at it because they were the best team in baseball for a long time. Raper Butt, $2. Robert Plant has hit hard times.
Oh, no.
I think he's talking about one of the characters that we were looking at, the woman who was singing.
I was worried.
No, it's very mean, actually. He can still sing a little bit better than that, in my estimation. All right, let's head over to TikTok.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
GG33, the numerologist. He's gotten very popular with his horse shit and nonsense. And so he branches out from time to time. He's got some political views.
He drops the nonsense and he gets real.
That's
what I like him.
It gets spicy with his political views.
This guy makes some points.
He really does. So let's get right to it.
Have you seen some of the stuff that goes on IG? Yeah. Have you seen some of these videos? There's a woman, I'll never forget this. She was dying of cancer. She had 2 years left to live. You would think if a woman has 2 years left to live, she's going to spend that time with her husband, spend that time with her kids. Nah, not this one. She decided to get divorced so she can go around the whole country and get plowed through.
Damn.
That was her final wish.
The whole country? She'd just pick a city or something?
Line up, fellas. That really puts, what was the girl's name? Lauren Phillips or something? Puts her to shame.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just like go on spring break and get a bunch of guys to fuck you. You got to go around the whole country.
Knowing she's going to die. Do you understand what we're dealing with here? You have other women who will say, oh, my husband was great. And they'll say, he was a great provider and he was loyal, but I wasn't fulfilled. They go back based off their emotions. And
hold on a second. I have a problem with this. Mm-hmm. He's mad at horny girls? Is that what he's mad at? Like, there's chicks who are horny out there? That's what he's rallying against?
That's what they should be, is holes for us to fill. But they've gotten all uppity and they want other rights, which he's going to address. And the good news is none of it seems anecdotal, the evidence he's presenting. He's got real arguments as to why this should happen.
But just the two arguments he's posted so far. Mm-hmm. The woman 2 years to live, which I don't think that's how that works. They usually try to continue to help you fight cancer if you have 2 years.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
They say, get the cloud, lady.
The woman with 2 years to live, and then this other woman who loves her husband but isn't being fulfilled. She's going around and fucking around with everyone. This is literally what an incel talks about.
No.
I mean, yeah.
I think GG33 gets laid all the time. It doesn't seem like some lady has hurt him deeply, and he has a lot of resentment towards all women now.
No, Mike, I think it's just the opposite. I think you pinpointed something
we always
something
disagree
here.
on this stuff.
I think you might have pinpointed something here because he sounds like, when you hear about those incels in those private discords or subreddits or whatever they are, and they're all talking about like these bitches are so horny, they're always fucking guys, but not me. Like that's their big issue, and that's what sounds like. GG33 is going through that right now.
I worry about him.
Let's see where he goes with it. Maybe he's got a conclusion.
A rational,
that
good
makes sense.
explanation. Yes.
Right. Okay.
And you watch videos of these same women 10 months later. Oh, I made a mistake. Hey, how come you won't forgive me? Because you're a dumb bitch. That's why he won't forgive you. Women should not be allowed to vote. I don't know how many times I need to say this. The 19th Amendment caused more damage than COVID-19 ever did. That's including the vaccine. That says a lot. So what I'm basically trying to tell people is women need to be stripped of their right to vote, and they don't need to be involved in the political process whatsoever.
Can I tell you the crazy part about this video, Mike?
How much sense he's making?
Yes, like I agree with most of the things he's saying at the end there.
Sure.
But the way he got there made no sense at all. It was just a non sequitur into like girls are horny and it sucks. I don't like it, and they shouldn't be allowed to vote.
It's particularly tough for your argument to be, the gender that thinks with their genitals. Of course, I'm talking about women.
Women, right?
No,
they're always trying to get laid
because he was horny.
Who are you voting with your pussy over there? Why is Bill Clinton getting a second term? What's going on?
I like this because his stuff on women, it's really the only belief he has that doesn't come back to numbers. It's not because this lady is a 3 or she was born in October or anything like that. It's just because they're sluts, And I like
that's what's so funny about this. Like, get back to numerology, buddy. I mean, you could probably connect this to something, right?
At least give it a shot,
Yeah,
Tell
right.
us what number makes her a whore.
All right, let's check out what's going on with Woke Chad. This is my beat, of course.
Yes.
And I was very excited to hear him talk about a potential new project that he might look into.
Okay.
I was looking at various platforms yesterday for places to upload my videos. Look at that sky over there. It's beautiful. And I got thinking, what if I did a podcast?
Yes! Woke Chad, yes! You have to start a podcast.
Yeah.
I will fund it. Whatever you need. Let's get this going.
And you can tell this is a guy who talks people's ear off. So they just say to be nice,
you should have a podcast.
You got a great voice. You should do a podcast. And he's like, well, I suppose I will.
Well, let's find out if he's going to or not.
Thinking, what if I did a podcast once or twice a week? And then I thought, oh, that's just what
Twice a week?
I know, he's already on twice a week. It took me like 4 or 5 years before I started twice a week with WATP. But he's
got a lot to say.
He's already got a lot to talk about over there.
Oh, that's just what the world needs. Another white guy in a podcast.
What the fuck?
Don't need to get ugly. Jesus.
Yeah. Are there no more white guys allowed to do podcasts anymore? Have we hit the quotas? Are we done with that now? I'm glad I got in.
Not to take it seriously, but it is such an odd instinct when people say shit like that, where it's like, oh, that's what we need, another white guy.
I know.
It's like, well, maybe they have something interesting to say. It doesn't really matter what race they are.
It's so bigoted and racist, and yet
crazy.
they think they're being virtuous when they say shit like that. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, man.
But anyway, I read about this platform called Rumble.
Yeah, did you guys hear about this? You guys see this? Yes. Everyone knows what Rumble is.
It's almost as crazy as the people that are like, this COVID stuff seems serious.
Right. I think this TikTok platform is going to take off. People seem to enjoy it. I read about a thing called Rumble.
And the thing I read said that it's mostly a right-wing platform, and I downloaded it and I was checking it out, and the first thing I noticed were the commercials that you see. And
I'm obsessed
if
with
they're
Steel
gearing
Toe.
it toward-
He seems to be doing something really interesting.
All I think about now is the goal ever since I downloaded Rumble.
I've been sending him Rumble rants because he tells me I can contribute however I'd like.
I've been gifting memberships. If you guys are familiar with that concept.
towards right-wing people, the commercials are even more interesting because I saw several in a row with the same sort of premise, and it's this. The big box stores don't want you to have this product, but there's nothing they can do about it. I even saw one that had ominous clouds in the background and a little dog, and it said, veterinarians don't want you to know this, but there's nothing they can do about it. What is the psychological trick that they're doing there to sell people, and how does that work?
Fear.
Hey, Rick, I see you bought...
Well,
not even really a trick.
It's not a trick. It's actually, if I could explain this to him, it's based on skepticism.
Yeah.
And skepticism comes from what we've been talking about all episode for some reason, the fact that we were lied to about COVID and the vaccines. And so a lot of people who are just like, wait a second, I don't know if I trust these big pharma and corporations and news media and government. It seems like they're lying to us.
I like the idea that this is the start of him getting radicalized. He's like, so
Yes.
I continued scrolling through Rumble and I found Nick Fuentes and
Right.
he had some powerful things to say.
You know, the Jews really control what you're thinking right now.
Just watch his videos get darker and darker.
A new telescope. Why? Because they said I couldn't have it. I'm going to try it in the grocery store. If I see someone with a Trump shirt or a Trump hat, I'm going to say, the East Coast liberals don't want you to buy my groceries, but there's nothing they can do about it. Ooh, what a day.
Funny stuff.
What a day. Nothing happened. These are thoughts you had.
Funny stuff, Woke Jam. I don't think you're really getting the point here. It's not really how that works.
It is so insulting for him to blame whiteness for the reason he shouldn't do a podcast when he has literally nothing to say. Like, I was scrolling through Rumble and I saw advertisements.
I'm so glad you said that because he's going to tell a story about going through the drive-thru to get some fast food.
Something zany happened.
I wish. I would hope so, but here's the story he tells on TikTok for some reason.
I was craving fast food today, so I got lunch at Culver's, and I pulled into the drive-thru, and I was behind a big pickup truck, and the truck was waiting by the speaker, and the voice came over and said, "Welcome to Delicious. What can I make fresh for you?" And there was an extra flourish and flavor in that game show host voice that they do sometimes at Culver's. And the fella says, "I was in here yesterday, and I paid with a card, and it was about $15, and then this morning I was looking at my bank account, well, my wife was, and apparently I got charged $10 too much according to the bank account. And I got the receipt here." And the guy says, "All right. Well, sorry to hear about that, sir. If you want to park around front and come in, we could have you talk to the manager." And he says, "Well, I don't want to get out. Can someone come out and talk to me?" And he says, "All right, sir, well, we can arrange that." And he says, "Aren't you the manager?" The guy says, "No, sir, I'm not. Can we make anything fresh for you?" And the guy says, "What? No." And he's,
are you enjoying every detail of this back and forth that's happening at the drive-thru, Mike?
Real quick, and I hope this doesn't get us too far off track.
Sure.
But I went to the barber shop earlier today.
Okay.
And while I was in there,
great, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
While I was in there, a mother came in with her kid, and he got his hair cut in the other. Someone else cut his hair for him.
Right.
I just thought we were listing things that happened.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to tell us about the conversation between.
Nah, that was pretty much it. It's just that qualifies as a story, apparently. So I just wanted to tell it.
This is insane.
"All right, well, you have yourself a good day. Pull around front, and someone will come out to see you."
Now, I'm pausing it because there's only 20 seconds left. I'm sure there's going to be a great payoff because we've sat through this mundane back and forth between two people at a drive-thru and the credit card charge for the day previous. But I bet there's going to be a kicker here that makes it all worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. And he just pulled away quick, and I got up there, and the speaker comes over again, and he says, "Welcome to Delicious. What can I make fresh for you?" And I said, "Can I just first applaud you on sticking with that voice the whole time with that customer in front of me? Well, I do appreciate that."
I guess you had to be there.
That was not a good one. Woke Jen, that was not worthy of storytelling. I'm sorry.
By the way, you didn't need the whole interaction. If I can teach him to condense it down a little bit, tell him about he uses the voice when the other guy pulls up, then you pull up and say, "Hey, nice job using that voice." You don't need the whole interaction with the other guy.
Now, Mike, first off, you're right. Secondly, Michael Bush just went yard. 3-1 Cubs.
Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy. It's very exciting what just happened. But I was totally paying attention to what you were saying.
It was
and
good.
not just staring, not just staring at the screen.
One of my better points.
No, every fucking detail, the back and forth. Hey, are you the manager? No, I'm not the manager. Like, none of this made any sense. There was no reason for any of it.
Because I'll tell you why. Because it's not a story if he's like, I pulled up to a drive-thru and a guy was using kind of a funny voice and he really stuck to it. You have to pepper them. You have to pepper them with every detail to make it. Like I said last time, where it's like, if you just say, "I woke up and brushed my teeth," it didn't sound like you had a busy morning. But if you describe every bristle hitting each tooth, then you really did something.
Yeah, he's trying to. I mean, how boring was the rest of his day that this was the thing he told a story about?
Right.
You know what I mean? All right. That one's off the wall. Cubs are swinging the bats right now, which is exciting. It's been a while.
Go Cubs, go.
Thank you, Mike. That was very sweet of you.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
Cubs are going to win today. I don't want to jinx it. All right, so let's hear a story about a dog. One more story from Woke Chair. Maybe this one will be more interesting for us.
Okay.
I had just started my run along a country road, and this white Newfoundland came barreling down the driveway from the house across the street, and it was barking, and it followed me out into the road, and I ran faster, and I got to this turn, and I looked back, and he had stopped and started to turn back to his house. And that place you get in your brain and your body before you go for a run was shattered by that shock, and my shock turned to anger because of that and messed up everything. And it happened again, and it happened again. And we hadn't met the neighbors across the street because we had just moved there. And it didn't happen every time I went for a run, but probably every other time. And then one day it happened again, and I got over the hill, and this pickup truck pulled up alongside of me and said, "Would you take care of your damn dog? It's running in the middle of the road." And I'm like, that's it. And instead of going over to the house and talking to the people, someone that we did know had their email address, and I sent them a sternly worded email with the subject line.
You following this, Mike?
Someone we know had their email.
Right.
How did that happen?
You just gotta suspend disbelief and just go along with the story, because otherwise there's a lot of questions.
Oh, that dog ran in the middle of the street? Luckily enough, I have their email. I don't know them well enough to tell them their dog ran in the middle of the street, but I can give you their email.
Wouldn't it make more sense to just be like, I found them on Facebook and I messaged them, or you know what I mean? Like that'd be more realistic to find them on social media. But instead, it's like, yeah. Then another person I know knew their email address.
Or if the story's bullshit, just say I went to the door.
Well, okay, you're gonna find out why. All right.
Oh, okay.
Sent them a sternly worded email with the subject line, "Your dog." And I felt so proud of myself. In retrospect, I feel so cowardly. And they got a very apologetic, kind reply from them, and they put the dog on a lead. And a few days later, they came across the street with the dog and with a loaf of bread. And it turns out they're some of the kindest people ever. And we became good friends with them. And the dog really liked me. And we were at a gathering a few years later, and I said to Heidi, the lady, I said, "Remember..."
What's that?
I thought this was a new story.
We're still going with this dog.
You remember this years later?
Oh, yeah. It gets pretty stupid.
And I said to Heidi, the lady, I said, "Remember that email I sent about Curtis?" And she said...
Curtis is the dog's name, by the way. So we got Heidi and Curtis. Heidi's the dog owner. Curtis is the dog. Remember that email I sent about Curtis? Let's see what she says.
I hope Curtis didn't take it too hard. That I criticized him.
I hope he got my apology card that I sent in the mail.
"Oh, yeah, that's okay." And I said, "I was such a bitch." And she goes, "Well, yeah, you were kind of a bitch." And we moved away, and I hadn't heard from them in years. And then I got a text message from Heidi one day last year, and had a picture of Curtis, and she said, "I just wanted to let you know that Curtis passed away, and he loved you so much."
The rivalry is over.
Coming out of an upbeat number with a goddamn death dedication. What the fuck? This is how we're ending this? That Curtis died?
I've been inconsolable ever since. I miss Curtis so dearly.
The hell?
And he loved you so much. He'd get so happy when you would come up the driveway, and I just wanted to let you know. That's the story of me.
You were the only thing that got him up in the morning.
And now he's showing photos of him with this dog. At the end of the...
Curtis, we love you, buddy.
There's a younger woke Chad with this dog. Dude, is there anything where... So he moved away, and they weren't in contact for years. The dog dies, and Heidi has to get everyone as upset about it as she is. Is there anything worse than a pet owner who just like wants to spread? Like, this is the reason why I started doing the Karl's Facebook feed stuff early on in the show. It's just like, okay, I'm sorry your cat died, but why are you posting this for all of us to be miserable about it?
Curtis is dead. I have some terrible news.
Some terrible news. Remember Curtis? That was the dog, right? That was the dog.
You see what I mean about the details, though, where that story could have been, my neighbor had like kind of a problem dog. I emailed her about it. She couldn't have been nicer. And and the dog just passed away recently. But that's not a story.
That's not a TikTok. This is why you don't have a successful TikTok.
You have to stretch it out with every little nuance.
It's pretty crazy. Chad's missing upper lip is sending us some things on supertip.gg/WTP, as well as in our chat right now. Play at the plate. He's out. Fuck. All right.
Hey, Mike, I'm sure you doubled your Netflix subscription since they're putting chicks with dicks in everything. Lib cock. Mutt slut.
I didn't have Netflix before. I thought when they had Chappelle on there, that was too far, but I just got it this week.
Okay. I'm surprised you're not protesting. Jazz Busy Up again says, over woke zaddy, shit stories are way too long. All right. Well, I appreciate the
That's
feedback.
interesting because I'm starting to like him now. Like at first I was like, hey, he's no woke dad, but now the excruciating minutia of his story.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I especially love where he's just like, so I heard about this thing called Rumble. I was reading about it and I decided to download it. Guys, there's advertisements on there that aren't like traditional advertisements.
Everything is fascinating to him.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, yeah, catch up, man. Holy shit. How far behind are you? All right, let's finish up with Joe Matarese, and we got some voicemails. Joe Matarese, of course, as you know, has been doing this thing lately that I find, I don't know if fascinating is the word. Exhausting might be a better word for it. Yeah. Because he's literally decided that his target audience for his comedy stylings and his social media are his classmates from high school. And
Cherry
no
Hill,
one else.
New Jersey.
and nobody else.
No,
everything is a reference.
Shame on me. Cherry Hill, New Jersey is too broad. You're right. Specifically, the people that were in high school, I'll give him more than his classmates. If you were in high school the same decade that he was, or a 5-year window, maybe.
Right. Yeah. If you were a sophomore when he was a junior.
Right. Exactly.
then yeah, maybe you'll relate to this.
Fine.
And it's funny because I'll quick reveal. Coming up, it's not only Cherry Hill, New Jersey high school. I guess there was an East and a West, and so you have to be at one of those.
You're on the east side of town, and yeah,
you have to be at one of those to get any of this. Well, good news. He's found a way to expand his target audience with this man on the street interview.
I had just started my run along.
I guess I didn't copy the right. I guess I didn't copy the right link. You know, it's always funny to me when I set something up perfectly, even though I'm wildly distracted by this game. There's a challenge at the call stands. All right, he's out at the play. Anyway, here's the video.
Oh, we should talk to this guy. I was just thinking, like, what in Cherry Hill, New Jersey is similar to something in New Rochelle, New York.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like an alien.
This is so crazy. So he's got up on the screen. It says New Rochelle versus Cherry Hill. Now, New Rochelle, I guess.
Pizza where you're from?
Yeah, right. Exactly. He's expanding out his target audience to one other town. Hey guys, maybe you're not from Cherry Hill, but are you from New Rochelle? No, not that one either.
Did you guys try to fuck girls in your high school too?
You guys ever drive fast cars and listen to
did
music on a cassette tape? Yeah.
And this guy grew up in New Rochelle, New York. His name's Artie. He lives a couple doors down from me. Like we had a bar called Enchante that everybody went to in the 80s, and it was the spot. Enchante. You had the mullet, and you went.
Yeah, we remember.
What did they have in New Rochelle?
North Avenue.
Was there a certain bar? What was the best one?
Well, there's Characters and Gary's Barleycorn and
Gary's
Smarts.
Barleycorn?
I worked there. I was a bartender.
That sounds wacky. Let's hear more about that. It's got a silly name. I'm sure you've got a lot of great stories about that place.
Whoever's doing the editing for this, I assume it is Joe Matarese. He even found a picture of the front of this bar and posted it in this part of the
Oh, good, because I was like, I don't even know if this place exists, Joe.
No, it's real. It's real.
Yeah. And a bouncer. Yeah, I threw Kevin Dillon out of there once.
Really?
Yeah.
I should have my hand held.
Well, that's all right. Yeah, I know how to work
You
my
threw Kevin Dillon from Entourage out of there? What happened?
Yeah, well, he was nothing. I don't know. He's being dirty. He had to go.
There it was. Man
Even
on the
this
street,
guy.
Joe Matarese.
Oh, Jesus. There it was. Even this guy is unenthused. He's like, I don't know. Kevin Dillon was acting up. I threw him out.
Well, this is what's crazy to me. So to Joe, he's like, wow, we got a scoop right here. This is a story. This guy actually had an interaction with a celebrity. And I'm talking to this guy. Joe Matarese used to be on the Howard Stern show. He was on WTF with Mark Maron. He was on America's Got Talent. He was on Letterman. And now he's talking to his neighbor about a time that he told Kevin Dillon to leave the establishment.
That's a good point.
What the fuck is going on, Joe? What happened to you?
And then for Joe, like, sort of satisfied with himself to say, there it is. Man on the street.
I nailed it,
I've
everyone.
finally done it. Like, if you do man on the street stuff, you have to talk to like a bunch of people, and often it doesn't work. You don't just go to your neighbor's house and hey, you were alive in 1986. What was that like?
Yeah, we've talked about this. We've talked about this before, but like Ryan Long's the best at this.
Great.
And the reason why he's the best at it is because he probably talks to 100 people, and then the video he puts out on YouTube is 4 of them. And they're all hilarious.
There are probably 10,000 videos funnier than that Ryan Long has deleted.
Right, that's what I mean. He's just like, this isn't good enough. I'm not going to put this up here. Joe Matarese, you suck. You stink at this, man. Stop it. Don't stop it. Never stop it.
Don't stop. Yeah.
All right. One of the things I love about Joe Matarese, and we just saw it there, but here's another example. He's always reminiscing about the past. And he wants to know, what's the difference between when I grew up and when these kids today?
Yeah, it's funny because as much as we make fun of him, 2025 is different than 1985.
Yeah, because he used to play wiffle ball in the backyard. If you hit the house, that's a triple, and it goes over the house, that's a home run. The kids today, do they know that?
What do they play? Fortnite? These kids?
They know wiffle ball rules?
Yeah.
Let's find out what else he's thinking about up in that noggin of his that's highly medicated and boring as fuck.
I was just wondering if bullies in 2025 have sayings like they did when I grew up in South Jersey, Cherry Hill, exit 4 by the water tower. One of them in Cherry Hill, this was a saying, and it really, I think in like 5th grade it made me cry when someone did this. A bunch of people at once just started singing, "He can dish shit out, but he can't take it." Remember that one? He can dish shit out,
I didn't go to your school.
but he can't take it. Oh, there was no more hurtful saying. Couldn't do anything but cry. In the modern day times, 2025, what do your bullies say when they're bullying?
I haven't watched Red Bar in a while. I'm not sure, Joe.
Mike, I couldn't help myself. I commented on this clip. I'm scrolling down to show you my comment. It says, "You would know exactly what we say if you didn't stop podcasting."
Okay.
From who are these podcasts? I watched these videos where he's talking about like when he was a kid and what happened. I swear this man would murder his children for a time machine.
Yeah.
That's all he wants to do is go back to 1984.
He loves the 80s.
That's all he wants in life is just to be back there again.
And not to pick it apart too much, but that's not a saying that he described. That's like saying, I knew a guy who went to baseball games and his catchphrase was, "Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks." It's like, no,
right.
It's not a saying that they had.
Well, what was the thing he was talking about when the batter was up? They were so cruel because they'd all say, sink in.
Sink in, yeah.
Sink in. They just yell that over and over again. Sink in. I'm like, Mike and I are both like, we've never heard that.
That's a Jersey thing.
I guess, but can you come up with a couple other things people would have said, like swing batter and easy out, and, like whatever?
That was the thing, is like he's taking old like Brian Regan bits and worsening them.
Right. All right, well, let's hear more about how the times have changed. This is a little skit he put together where he's talking to himself, but one of him is the younger version of himself.
Yes.
Or maybe his son, I don't know.
This sketch is starring Joe Matarese and Joe Matarese.
Take it away, boys.
Hey, Dad, I love cornhole. It's always been my favorite game to play in the backyard. I'm curious, what was your favorite game to play in your backyard when you were growing up?
I'd probably say lawn darts.
By the way, that's a question that no one's ever asked. I'm curious. What was your favorite game growing up?
What's
I play
really
with
sad
G.I.
is-
Joes. What do you play with?
I would put it at 99% certainty his son turned down to this role of the son. He definitely asked his kid to be part of this. And he was
It's
like,
so
"No."
sad. No, Dad, we're not close like that.
Backyard when you were growing up?
I'd probably say lawn darts.
I never even heard of that.
Probably because they outlawed it like many years ago.
Why'd they outlaw it?
I don't know. I remember some crap that people thinking it was dangerous for kids to throw these sharp, heavy steel darts.
You know, they would hurl them in their yards. Bunch of crap. Wow, Dad, kids are really now. Yep, very true, son. You know what? Remind me tomorrow to start building those ramps that I told you I was gonna build so you can get your bike going really fast and jump over really high stuff. We could even put your friends in there and lay them down on the ground.
What was the punchline? That ramps exist?
Yeah, because kids don't do that anymore, and they used to be, you know, daredevils and stuff. And
I'm certain they do, by the way.
Probably.
You're telling me fucking BMX or whatever doesn't exist? Like, there's no competitive bike tricks or any of that shit? I'm sure it exists.
You know what I was offended by in this video? The lack of effort that Joe Matarese puts into this. So he's doing one of these, like, guy talking to himself. And I've seen a lot of these videos. It work really well.
Yeah.
This is how low-level effort this is. The son that he's playing has a baseball cap on backwards, and the dad has his baseball cap on normally.
That's symbolic of aging and maturing over time. I think that was very pivotal to this, to make people think.
So I guess the message is that, like, things used to be more dangerous for children when he was growing up.
And you used to be cool and laid back and turn your
And
hat
those were the good times when children were doing things that were more dangerous and they could hurt themselves easier. Those were the good times. Okay.
I wish we could go back to no seatbelts in cars. We didn't have airbags like fucking pussies.
Yes. You know, my dad used to beat the shit out of me when I got out of line. You kids have it too easy.
No blacks allowed.
This is fucking insane. All right, well, speaking of violence.
Hey, I'm waiting here for public transportation, Metro North, going into New York City. It's hard now to take public transportation without somehow thinking of violence, right? Violence comes into your head. And I
mean, I could see
feels like a reach, but where are you going, Joe?
I could see someone wanted to punch this guy. This man's 62 years old. He's talking to his phone on the platform, waiting for the train to go. I'd be like, look at this fucking loser.
Joe's setups are all right. This is a circuitous route, but where are we going?
Your head. And I was just thinking this. I grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
You grew up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey? Did you ever talk about that?
You should put that in your act.
Yeah, I had no idea. Okay.
All right. No violence, barely, right? I was thinking about this. Even when we had fights in high school, no one punched each other in the face. No one had knives. No one had guns. No one had weapons. All we did is
Those didn't exist in 1987. They weren't invented yet.
What I think he's losing here is that Cherry Hill is a very affluent neighborhood.
Yeah.
As a suburb of Philadelphia. It's like where the rich people live.
So what?
And Joe's whole thing is just like, yeah, man, things were different when I was growing up. Like, no one fought because we all were like millionaires and had lots of cool shit, so there were no problems. I don't know if you're getting the grittiness that you're trying to get to here.
This is such a wild, it is like a privileged thing to say.
Yes.
I'd be like, I noticed, like if I was like, I noticed I grew up in East Long Meadow and there were no knife fights. And then
right, yeah.
if you go to fucking Dorchester, there were knife fights. It was crazy.
I didn't see a knife fight until that Thriller video from Michael Jackson. Like, what are these guys doing over here? Wow. That was dangerous.
No one had guns. No one had weapons. All we did is push. Remember that? Cherry Hill East? Maybe you went to West? No one punched.
That's the most insane part of any video I've ever seen from Joe Matarese. Do you remember that Cherry Hill East? Maybe you went to West. Maybe we didn't grow up in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's very possible.
Joe in the writer's room is like, but I don't know if they pushed in West Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
You're right. And
I want this to be authentic.
So I was thinking about this. The reveal when we found out that a bunch of people that Aaron Himholt used to work with sit around on Friday afternoons and watch This Little Piggy and laugh at us laughing at Aaron. I went, wow, that's really cool. Do you think it's possible that Joe Matarese's former classmates from Cherry Hill East they have a text thread going? They're like, holy shit, look at this latest one he put out. What a fucking loser. They're getting together at each other's houses and watching these. Like, holy shit.
There's got to be, right? Because if someone from my high school had 4 porcelain documentaries made about them, we'd be talking about it, me and my friends.
It's a very good point. You're right.
Maybe you went to West. No one punched. They just pushed. Just pushed. And then all you had to do to get him to stop was go, hey, lay off, man. Lay off. I got an older brother. Fight was over. Let's bring layoff back. What a great word.
Yeah. That's true. Everyone with an older brother had never fell into a life of crime. There's not a single younger brother in prison now.
It doesn't make any sense at all. I can't believe he's doing this. I can't believe that this is what he's doing for content now.
I don't know who he thinks it appeals to. Like even if it appeals to everyone he went to high school with, what's the upside of that?
I'm trying to reach 327 people right now.
Probably less, because some of them are just naturally dead. He's almost 60.
Or not on TikTok. I imagine a large percentage of them are not on TikTok.
It's also a good point, yeah.
All right, we got some voicemails, but first.
Yay, super chats.
Anonymous coming in.
Pigs are very upset about this product, but there's nothing they can do to stop you. So there's this fantastic trifold that tells you what to do if cops try to stop you and put cuffs on you.
I'll have a dozen. Venmo, super chats, super tips, rumble rants.
That's well done.
That's a good reveal.
That's funny. KFT, Carl's Frosted Tips coming in.
Karl, I'm not fat. I'm big bones. Black donkey cock. Wendy's French fries. Ba 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 ba. Blind asshole. French toast. Club-footed asshole. A1 on sauce on boobies. We knicker toes.
It's been a slow news day. Some African Americans paid their tab and tipped. 9V battery sales have gone up. Went to the movies and everyone was respectful and on time. Siki.
I think he's about to say psych.
Okay.
At the end there, A1 sauce on boobies. That sounds pretty good.
Huh.
I would try that. What's your take on A1 sauce, Mike? Yay or nay?
I don't like it enough to apply it to skin, I don't think.
Got it.
I don't think I'd be like, ooh, yummy.
Turbo 7049.
Oh, hello. I'm going live at 8:30. Please wrap this shit up by then. Galaga do rough good dog Eugene.
All right, Cardiff will be, I think, making fun of Chad Zumach tonight.
Competing with my Yankees, Cardiff.
Yeah, the ratings were down. We're thinking it's because Chad Zumach was such a horse's ass this week that everyone had to tune into Cardiff.
Karl Ravitch says that on air. It's like, jeez.
KFT coming in. He says, I grew up a few miles from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. It's a bunch of rich kids and J-words who think they're all from Philly. No one likes Cherry Hill but them. Yeah.
It's an underdog story. That's how he's going to rise to prominence.
The only reason why I know anything about Cherry Hill is that I worked for a boss when I worked at the newspaper here in town. I worked for Gannett, and I was working for the website. They brought him in from Cherry Hill to manage my division, and he was so distraught about moving to Rochester. Oh. Like his wife was very upset about it. He was upset about it. He was explaining how great
things were so great in Cherry Hill.
He was explaining how great Cherry Hill was. He would never stop talking about it.
This sounds like a magical place.
I know. That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, Cherry Hill. It's like the greatest place to grow up in all of New Jersey.
Did he say anything? Was his pitch as to why it's so much better than Rochester? Like, do they have burger joints where you live? Like, do they have stuff?
Do you guys ever have like a bar where everyone hangs out?
We had an arcade back then. I don't know if any other towns had that.
You guys ever hear of dance clubs? You guys familiar with this? It's so fucking crazy. A couple voicemails. This is one about David Collins coming in.
Hey, this is for WATS. You know, I'm so broken up about David Collins dying. He's dead.
Yep.
I miss him so much. He was so funny. So obtuse. I didn't even know he was sick. Well, goodbye.
He's a sick man, that's for sure.
It is unfortunate, but we soldier on.
Hey, Karl, this is for you and Mike at WATS. I saw Chili Castro was live streaming, and I went in there, and I was, mentioning like, I was bringing up WATS, and he wouldn't bite. I was bringing up him selling the date rape drug, wouldn't buy it. And then I said, hey, where do I go to buy a trifold? And he instantly responds to me, go to my website. As a matter of fact, buy one and I'll send you 2. So, yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. Why would you want to talk about the trifold more than us?
yeah. It's surprising, isn't it, how that works? Go figure. Well, thank you, guys. And we're not asking you to mess with Chili DeCastro or anyone else. But, if you're on the internet having fun, I won't stop you from doing that. That's what the internet's for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're all doing on the internet. You know what most people are doing on the internet, actually? I just found out about this. I was reading an article about Rumble, and then it told me that people are going to blindmike.net.
Yes, our numbers are just as legitimate as Rumble. So they're through the roof. We'll be live Sunday at 10 a.m. Already have a lot to discuss in the comedy world. I'll tease this. I'm finally out on Bill Burr. I don't know if you can guess why.
Wow.
Jesus
okay.
Christ.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
So
good.
we'll talk about a bunch of stuff like that on Sunday. And why are you laughing? The next episode coming out is Mark Maron versus Joe Rogan back on the WTF podcast 14 years ago. And we'll see how that relationship has changed and evolved over the years. And we just did a bonus episode, me and Craig, on Tuesday. We put out one clip from it. You can see my live reaction to Steel Toe. I feel very bad about it, but if you want to go watch that, that is available on YouTube.
Were you celebratory about this?
It caught me off guard. I may have had a good chuckle, but
I saw Mersh having a very big laugh about it. I will say this, because I was doing a emergency show when we were trying to figure out what the verdict was going to be, and I had Moody on, and we had boots on the ground. We're waiting for reports to come in. We found out 15 days in jail was the sentence, and I didn't celebrate or anything like that, but he's such a smug prick, you have to root against him.
I wouldn't say I celebrate. I gave a hearty laugh, but it's a funny situation. Like, if you told me like today, if I walked out of here and found out that I was facing 2 weeks in jail for something I said on the show or did on the show, like, that's a wild situation to me.
It's crazy.
So it's kind of funny.
It's not normal for that sort of thing to take place.
But yeah, my point being, we did a bonus episode on Tuesday. If you want to check that out for members.
I did a segment on WTP yesterday, and I don't know if you're going to cover this or not. It seems like it's your beat.
Yeah.
And so I'm not telling you to do this if you weren't going to, but I just thought it was crazy. Brendan Schaub decided to go on the Schaub show.
We did that in that episode. I posted the clip. It's crazy.
What an idiot. Like, Brendan Schaub, so he's sticking it, so you don't know, he's sticking it for Theo Von, because Theo Von had a rough go at his Netflix taping at the Beacon Theater. And Schaub comes out and goes, stop making fun of him right now. You want to make fun of someone on the internet? Make fun of me. Because you can't make fun of Theo Von. He's the funniest, most talented person to ever exist in the history of the world. I'm not even exaggerating. This is not hyperbole.
And he's going to die soon.
Yes, he kept saying that.
To Theo, and he's like, this guy's going to die.
Dude, he's going to be gone. You're going to be sorry. You're going to be sorry you didn't enjoy him and worship him the whole time he was here.
We did that towards the end of the show, and I just posted that clip on YouTube. From the members show. If you want to check that out,
I just can't believe that Brendan Schaub has learned nothing about how the internet works. He's like antagonizing people.
Right. I dare you to make fun of Theo Von. I said, I was like, even the homeless cats are like, Brendan, why are you doing this to us?
What are you doing, man?
All right, Theo, hope you're not addicted to drugs again. Like, Brendan made me do this.
Brando with $2 says, I stand with Forrest. Mike is a terror to work with.
Oh, Brando, of all people to turn on me.
Is that what Forrest said?
Kind of.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Whoarethese.com, all things Who Are These podcasts. And I just want to shout this out real quick. As you know, I'm involved in this lawsuit. Shuli Agard are being sued with this frivolous lawsuit from a dabbling fool. And if you want to contribute to that, fightthedabbler.com will redirect you to the GoFundMe that Dr. Steve set up for us, which is very nice of him, because the legal fees are not cheap. And it's ridiculous that we're doing this. And the point is, I really want to make John pay. Like, he offered us a settlement. He said, all right, give me $0 and just stop making fun of me, basically.
Oh.
And we said, no.
Can you even do that legally? Like,
no, I don't think so. I don't know, man. He's the plaintiff. He's the plaintiff offering to settle. So anyway, we have anti-slap. We're coming back hard, and I'd love for people to support that. And you can do that if you feel that you want to be a part of that. Fightthedabbler.com. Now, I'll tell you this. Dave Delafiore, or whatever his name is, who you see in the chats quite a bit, he has decided that tomorrow during the Uncle Rico show, tomorrow night, starts at 8 Eastern time, anyone who contributes to fightthedabbler.com, our GoFundMe, he will match dollar for dollar.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Awfully generous.
It's very generous. So thanks to Dave. So if you want to contribute the maximum you can, you'll double whatever you contribute by doing that tomorrow night between 8 and 10 or however long the Uncle Rico show goes.
I guess in the spirit of that, if I can promote one more thing, and that's that I've started a GoFundMe to support John's fight against these two bullies. So you can give to my GoFundMe as well if you'd like to. If you want to take the other side,
there's a rumor out there. I think it was anonymous that John is looking to start a GoFundMe, which would be hilarious.
That would be fun.
That would be very funny. Yeah. So let's hope that actually happens.
All
right. I got to watch the rest of this Cubs game. You got the Yankees game against the Sox. Go Yankees.
Have the day you deserve.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man. Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. Like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize.
Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.